Good morning. I guess if I'm going to start out this whole vegan lifestyle diet thing, then I might as well start recording it. Maybe give you all a few tips as well as helps me support myself in doing so. Okay, might look like a bit of a mess in here, but I'm kind of getting lunch ready and breakfast ready as well. And I thought I'd document this so you guys can see what I actually go through and what I've been through in the mornings. It's actually quite fun. So what I've done in here is I made myself some breakfast. Over here, I've got 2 pieces of my lovely sourdough dwarf bread. And the topping for my dwarf bread, this will be for breakfast. This is, if you can see in here, this is a half an avocado, salt, pepper, chia seeds, some coriander or cilantro stems, probably about 8 or 10, and some chickpeas. So I'm going to blend this up, and it's going to turn it into kind of like a paste, and that's going to be the topping for my, there you go, that's going to be the topping for my breakfast toast. Alright, now, doesn't look very good, does it? But believe me, this stuff tastes absolutely lovely. Oh, did I tell you I added chia seeds as well? Yeah, I added a half a teaspoon of chia seeds. I'll make sure to post the recipe. And we put that out of the way. Put this. I know it all, like I said, I know it all looks a mess. But I don't have a very large kitchen. Living in England doesn't always provide you with the best accommodations when it comes to things. Okay, so now spread that along, and there's a lot of you out there that aren't vegan, and that think, oh, you're suffering. Why would you do this to yourself? Well, in fact, I'm very happily doing this to myself. As most of you know, I love to cook, and I'm a bit of a foodie. Well, a bit of a foodie is an understatement, isn't it? So I've been having issues for the past few months every time I eat meat. Not physical issues, that at least that I can tell, but more psychological issues. I just don't feel like eating meat. I just stopped desiring chicken and especially red meat. I just can't do it anymore. I don't have any kind of, or I didn't have any kind of issues as far as animal processing and the way we did it, because, well, I didn't watch any documentaries on it. So finally watched some documentaries on it, and it kind of sent me right over the edge. I watched a documentary called Fed Up and another one called What the Health. I strongly suggest, if you all have any questions whatsoever about how we treat animals in the food industry, I strongly suggest you watch those. If you want to continue eating meat, I strongly suggest you do not watch those. All right, so off my soapbox, back to breakfast. All right, let me there you go. That's a much better picture. All right, so what does it look like? It looks like butt, but it's delicious. All right, so what we're going to add to it next. Now, I'm going to add, can't use that. Where's it at? All right, I'm going to add this here. Now, it's not Hellmann's. This is just a jar that I use after cleaning out. This is my homemade vegan mayonnaise, which is tofu, rapeseed oil, garlic, and a little bit of salt and pepper, of course, a little bit of mustard, some apple cider vinegar, and smoked paprika. The smoked paprika and the garlic, absolutely nuts. I'm going to post a recipe and a video on how to do this as well. So back down. I know you hear the squeaking. That's the arm that the beam arm that holds my phone up. So you just a little bit on here. All right. I know you guys are saying tofu mayonnaise. It doesn't always taste like tofu, but or doesn't really taste a lot like tofu, but it's really good. It is really good, and it is not normal mayonnaise. And that's the other thing I had to learn about going this vegan way is there's alternatives to meat-based products out there. So the vegan and the vegetarian alternatives to them don't taste exactly like the meat-based products. Well, they do their best. So if you go into it not expecting it tastes the same, that it is like but not exactly the same. For example, like you want dessert. Do you want a pie or do you want crumble? Well, they're very similar products, but they're not the exact same thing. But they will satisfy your desire for dessert, and you can have ice cream on both. All right, next one I'm going to have is Laoganma. This is a I'll show it to you all. Now let me get a clean spoon. This is a chili. This is a chili oil made in China. It's the #1 chili oil. This is what it looks like. Where's the camera? Where's the camera? There you go. This stuff is nuts. If you have any questions about this whatsoever, you just wait until I post this and then look at my brother's post. My brother will most likely reply to this, completely confirming the fact that this stuff is absolutely bonkers. There's nothing about this chili oil that won't send you to heaven. Okay. Put that back in the fridge. My videos will get better. I just kind of stink at them right now because I'm new. The reason why I look all glossy and shiny stuff is because I went out for a run this morning, so I came back in and had a cup of coffee out in the garden. And then now I'm making my lunch, my breakfast. I don't know what to call this. All I know is it's freaking yummy. It is my sourdough dwarf bread with chickpea and avocado spread, along with my homemade mayonnaise and Laoganma pepper oil. And I hope that you enjoyed this video. You probably didn't, but it will only get better. And I'll make sure to post this and the recipe online. You have a great morning.